What's up, everybody? Well. What a dramatic turnaround we had today. Whew, man. Actually, I talked about this possibility in my update about a couple hours ago that this certainly could happen. And I think what you really want to look at, just from a general sense, is if you look at the phases of the market, which we talk about. Okay, if you look at the daily, like the 3 month daily, okay, and you can see, where are we? We're in the middle of a consolidation range, the greatest time of uncertainty. And of course, this morning, we rallied almost right up to the top end of the range. Well, what did we expect to happen? Either it's going to break out or it should have potentially a little bit of a pullback. Now, again, I didn't predict this big of a pullback, but again, I did think there'd be a chance to see some sort of a pullback. And again, it could get really ugly before the day's over. Okay. I mean, again, I'm not predicting anything. I'm just telling you, based on the action, based on what's going on, it could get ugly. Okay. Now, it may not. It may reverse and go right back up. So we then go back to our shorter time frames, and of course, here was an outstanding opportunity to get in. Okay, and here was an opportunity to buy them. All right, again, these are trades that show up periodically. Okay, they don't show up every minute. They don't announce themselves, but if you're prepared for them, okay, they just happen to show up. Okay, so if you understand where you are and what you're looking for, and that's one of the things we talk about all the time. Okay, and the second part of that is obviously the speed of this market is ridiculous. Okay, I mean, it is very challenging, especially for somebody who may be new or whatever, but the speed in which we're moving is just unbelievable. So if you're relatively new, you may want to try to use the micros in here, but in the meantime, the other thing you have to be prepared to do, okay, is to be able to fire a second shell or a second shot, as we say. Now, I'll give you an example. Okay, this morning I was trading the euro currency, and I got in here, okay, and I got stopped out. Okay, bang, lost 10, 12 ticks, but I got a second opportunity, which again I'm prepared to pull the trigger more than once, and that is what you expect. Okay, is that you can't, again, this is not a one shot. Again, we're playing a very high probability, but probabilities only play out in the laws of large numbers. Okay, so again, there's a number of trades that again, I only tell you trades I was actually in, and I give you the results. But again, here's another one, okay, for me, that I got short first, and of course I got stopped out. Hey, again, I'm prepared to do that. Okay, we've been stopped out on this call together, okay, or this show before together, okay, and again, it's not a big deal. I am not going to uh, hold on a second. I am not going to tell you that every trade is going to be a victory. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy every day, because it's not. Okay, look at the biggest thing here is your emotional balance, right? So if you can do your thing. Uh, Hold on one second. I just got to help somebody right now. Hold on one second. In natural gas, let me just give me a quick hand. Oh wait, you're short. Oh, you're short. Oh, you're short. Hold on. Hold on one more second. I gotta. I just gotta. I think you must be short June. I mean May. Let's see. Where's he at? Hold on one second. One more second. This is my chat room. I'm helping you out. Okay, sorry, I'm back. He asked, somebody just asked where they'd put the stop, and I said, well, I would move it to here, okay, just above some resistance, right? We're in a little bit of consolidation down here, so let's make sure we get it, to where we can make a little bit, okay. And again, so you can see as I wrote in my chart room, I thought we'd go negative, and you can see the Nasdaq is non-negative. You can see what's going on this board right now, and it obviously doesn't look good. Now, look, I'm not I'm not in the business of predicting, what's going to happen and what's going to be next. But I will tell you that one of the things that we want to always make sure we do is we follow the pattern in which we are using. Okay, we know in which we're where we want to go and what we're going to do. Okay, and if we do everything correctly, and again, we put ourselves in the highest chance or the highest spot of probability. Okay, then we're always going to be on the right side of the market. The right side might not always be right from a monetary standpoint. Now we're getting a little bit of a potential blow off down here in gold. And again, the volumes have lightened out again. It seems like every time we get together, everything kind of goes to nowhere. But again, we've been in nowhere's land for quite a while. Okay, so again, it's not a total shock and a total surprise, but again, you can see as you scan through some of the markets, right now, crude is getting a little bit of a bounce. Now, yesterday was funny, or maybe not funny, maybe not funny to you guys, but I thought, and I said, and I'm going to give you what I said. Okay, I would play June from the short side, or July from the long side, depending on which side of the trade I want to be on. And sure enough, if I played the June to the short side today, it'd be ugly. Okay, but again, that's just part of the game, because that's why I always tell you, know where your exits are going to be. Okay, understanding your exit in this business is as big as importance as anything else. Okay, because we have to know where we will get out should we be wrong. Okay, because if we don't, then obviously it leaves that up to an emotional decision, which we never want to have to make. Okay, because typically when we have an emotional decision, we're typically wrong. All right, so we're getting a little bit of a potential blow off here in gold. So let's just switch this to the 1 minute and see if there's a trade that's going to pop. So as soon as I can start to identify, and it looks like one, then I will also give a stop at the same time. But right now we're just going down. So again, I'm not in a hurry to rush in. Okay, that's the one thing you have to always remember. We're never in a hurry. Okay, again, it's as I like to say, it's better to wish you were in a trade than to wish you weren't. Okay, so we're not going to force something. Okay, it'll come to us or it won't come to us. I mean, I'm sure there's something setting up in the NASDAQ, because I can see the price action. I mean, it's just getting clobbered right now. Okay, totally negative on the day. Okay, and of course you can see, okay, it's now down 14. It was up 150. So it's a pretty dramatic sell-off. Okay, so and you can see I'm short. You can see what's going on my own account right there. So, but in the meantime, let's see if we get anything here. And this is still going to be. This is not going to be. This is going to be another minute now. Okay, so now we're going to wait another minute. So let's just take a look at the other. While we're here, we got a minute to wait anyways, and my decision is automatic once it happens. So let's just see what's going on here. Okay. And let's see here. Yeah. And of course, this is all just blowing up. And again, the difference here, there's no volume spike. Okay, so there's nothing for me to think about there. I'm not even going to look at that right now. There's no volume spike. Where am I going here? In the Dow, in the S&P, there's no volume spike. Screw it. I want to go where, to me, there appears to be some panic. Okay, or greed, depending on which way they're going. That's where I'm looking to get in, and that's where the volume starts to pop. So again, we're just waiting. Again, I don't have to be in a hurry. You know what? The markets are going to be here all day. Okay, so I'm not going to rush to go ahead and make that trade. I'm going to let the market do what it does and come to me. Okay, so we got another minute to wait, which is fine. Okay, again, I'm not concerned. I'm again, and I'm certainly not in a hurry. I just got to adjust my stop on this trade right here while I'm here. It's way up here. Let me just drag it down a little bit and lock another a few bananas. Where we at? 22. Okay, so let's just bring this down and we'll lock in. Let's see, 22, 42. Okay. So again, when we look at markets, okay, again, so we're getting a little bit of action right here. Okay, we're about 30 seconds. Again, I'm not jumping early. I'm going to wait, okay, until it confirms. But my guess is this will confirm here. So what I'm going to do, well, maybe not. But so I know the low was 40.70. My stop is going to go in at 38.70. 38.70 will be my stop. So based on where we are right now, it'll be about a $300 worth of risk. Okay. And bang, that's it. So hold on, let me enter my order. And I'm in at 1742. Okay. So again, just to draw that there. Again, if it stays on that line, I got nothing to worry about. Okay. My stop is at 38. So that's actually $400 worth of risk on this trade. Okay. If it doesn't work out. Okay. Again, that's my stop. But this appears to be pretty good support. Now again, it could fail here and go right down. And if it does, it does. Again, I'm not going to worry about it. I will be looking for the next opportunity should that happen. Okay. I mean, that is part of trading. It has to be non-emotional. Okay. Matter of fact, mechanical type of stuff. Okay. Even you watch Stevie K. I mean, he's giving you all mechanical type of stuff based on what he reads. Okay. We don't leave a lot of room for interpretation. Okay. We don't leave a lot of room for emotional imbalance, which again, don't be ashamed if that's you, because most are. Okay. It's a challenging business. Okay. That is not easy. Okay. You can make money and it's nice money, but it's not an easy business. Okay. In other words, nobody's on the street corner handing out $100 bills. Okay. So if you keep that in mind always, okay, you put yourself in first of all, in the right frame of mind. So, and that's what we're always focused on in general, is to be in the right frame, okay, to understand where we are. So we got a little bit of a profit again. There's nothing we can do. I would suspect that this should be some resistance right here, just over 43, and then it would be just over 44. So really, the two big hurdles to clear are 43, 44. We do that, we'll go back to probably 48. Okay. If we don't clear it, then I'll be whining that I lost money. Okay. But again, that's why we're in, and we're in mechanically so that I don't have to make that decision. I don't have to guess when to get out. Okay. I'm going to guess. All I need to know is what my exit is first. Okay. And we failed so far right at resistance, which is natural. I mean, again, this resistance is no different than this resistance on a longer term chart. Again, as I tell you, patterns repeat themselves over and over time on all time frames. So this is no different than the one I just showed you on gold on 4 minutes. This is a daily. Here's the gold on 4 minutes. There's no different, or in 1 minute, actually, I apologize. Okay. So again, that's all we care about, is are we in the right position, and do we have the probability on our side? Okay, so we're trying to break out. Now, certainly the pattern here is bullish enough to break it out. Okay. And again, will it? I don't know. I mean, I know I just got stopped out on my Nasdaq. Okay, which is fine. Again, nice little profit. We'll take the money, take the cash, and move on, because that wasn't part of this call. So again, I'm not gonna discuss what it was, but again, it just, I like to share, and I give you the winners. I give you the winners and the losers. Okay, I try to share both with you, because again, in this business, you get both. Okay, so we're breaking out. So our next thing would be somewhere between 44 and 45. If it's going to keep going, again, nice little pop for me. Okay, right here live on Ticker Talker TV. Okay, we're able to, it looks like we're going to be able to make our 8th or 9th or 10th trade of winners on this talk between 145 and 215 every day. I mean, we trade almost every day. Okay, again, so we'll see where we trade from here, but again, we should hold now. This should hold as support. So now we should be, again, working our way up to about here, somewhere in that neighborhood there. And then we'll see. Again, if we can clear the hurdles, then we should probably go up and test all the way up to here. That would be how I would assess the situation here. Okay. But again, it's got to hold here, number one. Okay. Okay. So we're failing. Oh, maybe I should take the 100. No, just kidding. Okay. So again, this is what we do on a regular basis. Again, we're always prepared for anything. Okay. But the key is to know your exit. Okay. Again, I can't stress that enough. Know your exit, know your exit, know your exit. And if you do that, then the rest will take care of itself. Okay. Because if you're prepared for what can happen and for the worst of it, then you'll always be in to celebrate the best of it. But if you try to get too cute, okay, if you try to get too cute, okay, then what do you end up with? You end up with a pile full of crap. Okay. So here we are. Oh no, we're losing. I should have taken the 100. Okay. Again, not even concerned. If I wasn't doing this live, I might be looking at other things. Okay, which I'm going to do it anyways. Okay. We know where our stop is at. Okay, and we know, I'll be able to see if something quick happens, or it's not like I can't see what's going on, right? So let's just take a look at what's going on in the NASDAQ. Okay, a nice little bounce, but again, there's no volume here. So where's when you think about it, on this big of a sell, there should be a little bit of action, but nobody cares. Okay, so when nobody cares, if nobody cares, why should I care? Okay, and that's something to keep in mind. Okay, and if we look, let's see, is there anything in the Dow? I would tend to doubt it. I would tend the indexes are all just crap right now. There's just nothing to do. So do we really want to be involved in a market, no matter what it is, if it's crap, if there's nothing going on? And your answer would be, of course not. Why would you want to get involved in a market that has no action, okay, and is not doing anything, okay, that you cannot get a leg up or an angle on? Okay, so anything going on in the bond market? Not really. I mean, there's some action, but not much. But this is a little bit better. I mean, again, when you see the differentiation in volume, that's what you're really looking for. Okay, that gives you a better handle as if something is actually going to happen. Okay, and again, those are our things to focus on. Okay, so because we can trade all of these markets. Okay, there's not a futures market that you can't trade with this method. Okay, but again, if there's nothing going on, then why would you want to be in? Okay, you're seeing this, all these currencies right now have gone to nowhere. Now the euro's got a little bit of action. Okay, what's going on in the yen? Anything? The yen's got nothing. Okay, hardly a heartbeat. Bitcoin, we don't trade Bitcoin, so, but I mean, I do track it. Okay, crude, okay, trying to make a little bounce, and of course, this could turn out to be, what time is this? 04. Not really. Okay, but we may be setting up a potential blow-off trade here at some point, because you are seeing a little bit of a spike in volume. Gold, we're already in. Oh, we're going back up. All right, good deal. Okay, hog markets are closed, but we don't trade those. I don't trade those active. Copper, I don't typically do much, in the day trading venue. Okay, natural gas, I don't use it all in a day trading venue. But platinum, again, you can use that, but a little thin. Again, you want to make sure the market you're in, Russell, very little action. Okay, so again, today it looks like we're really into, at this point, really gold. Okay, now again, that can change it, and the markets don't ever announce themselves, so that could change at any moment. But for right now, it looks like gold and oil are the ones that have some action. Okay, and again, we need the action, otherwise it's not worth trading. Okay, so again, we didn't get enough of a volume spike here. This would have been a little bit higher volume. We could have been looking at selling this. Now again, we didn't get it, so again, I'm not going to justify no matter what happens. Okay, I'm not going to try to convince you it was a winner if it goes our way, or it was a loser. So the easiest way to do it is do it in real cash. So if I'm not doing it in real cash, it's probably not a real trade yet. What do you think? Okay, and that's one of the things we just, again, I'm a big believer in reality, not in fantasy island of a bunch of bull. Okay, I believe in telling you exactly what it is and how it is and what I see, versus trying to create something for you that really doesn't exist. Okay. So it's just easier to make the trades straight up and share with you. Okay. And that's always on the course. So again, we're going to go back to our gold trade and see what's going on. Let's chart it out now. Give you a little bit more information to see. Okay. So, okay. So we're trying to break out. So we broke down. We're right back. So really, it looks like we built probably, well, I think I might have spoke too soon. Now, looks like, probably now, let's just clean this up for a minute. Could be a new area of consolidation forming, which is fine. Okay. I mean, this would be okay. This is a higher low. Okay. If I'm right. Okay. And of course, the greatest time of uncertainty. Okay. Off of these lows. So we're still in good shape. Right. And again, obviously it was better it was up here, but here we are. So again, we need to get through here. And if we can break through here again, I think the next is, probably somewhere around here. And if we get through there, then I think we go all the way up to here. But again, those are obviously big ifs. But we're on the right side. We're in. We haven't been stopped out yet. That is the whole key here. Is where we are, where we're going to go, and what is potentially going to happen. Okay. And again, I can't stress enough to you the emotional discipline and the psychology it takes to just understand that, hey, I don't have to be in a hurry. I don't have to rush to get into that trade. Okay. If I miss it, I miss it. We had a trade with my group this morning that actually was an options trade, but was in the Russell. And it was a trade that we were trying to close out with a real tiny profit, but it was a loser that turned into a winner. So again, that's like found money. And I just said, this is covered. And I gave a price of 370, well, 362. But I said, I'm going to pay up to $4 because I'll still be profitable if I have to. Okay. And I'm going to let it work for a few minutes. But if I sense the markets are turning, okay, then I'm going to go ahead and pay for it. Okay. Well, as it turns out, I paid $394. Okay. So, and somebody said, well, but you said, no, don't chase. I said, no, we aren't chasing. We're taking profit. There's a difference between entering a trade and trying to force your way in versus exiting. I'm certainly not willing to give up my profit that I've just now found out of nowhere. So the difference is I gave up $20, okay, per contract instead of watching it, which would now be back to a full-blown loser. Okay. So again, when you're getting in, you want to be very patient. Okay. Because you don't want to force yourself into a bad trade. When you're getting out and you're taking profit, again, you want to make sure you keep the profits, but also give yourself an opportunity. Now, again, that's much easier to do in the futures market, okay? Because in the futures market, you have more opportunity and less giveaway between volatility and all those other things, right? So these are just straight numbers. So it's easier to be, more diligent here and not have to give up right away because of how you can set your stops. Because again, in options, remember, in options, you get a bid offer spread. You gotta get your stop within there. It's a much different model, which is why I don't think anybody should be trading options on a day trade basis. I think you're making a mistake, okay, as a retail trader, because I think you had a better chance of getting slaughtered than making any real money. Versus futures are pure, and you're in one tick wide markets with no implied volatility to deal with. So again, that's just an opinion. But again, notice we went right up to the top end of the range, and bang, we're coming down again. Okay, well, we're here. So what we're really doing now is actually setting up for a much bigger move now. So now, if you look at it from this perspective, you've got the bottoms and the tops are joining, and of course, yes, we're still in this consolidation, but yes, we'll make a move out of here. Which way? I don't know. We'll see. Only time will tell which way it's going to be. But I do know one thing for sure. I know what my max loss is. Okay, and I have nothing else to think about. Okay, because I do know what the max is, no matter what. Okay, and that's all that I have to know. Okay, is what is the max. Okay, so when I'm dealing with it again, here we are back at the upper end again, and again, this is consolidation. This is known as the greatest time, the time of most confusion in the market. Okay, so end game, end day. Why should we worry? Okay, when again we put ourselves in the highest probability. okay, to be successful on a trade and didn't have to guess or try to figure out what to do next, because everything should be automatic. Okay. And again, that's when you learn to trade what we call rote or mechanical. Okay. What you're really doing is you're putting yourself in a much better, longer term position to markets. Okay. And now we're starting to bust out once again. So let's see if this one will hold. Okay. Again, that's always, our key is, will this one potentially hold? And I would suspect it will, but again, if it doesn't, again, I'm not gonna get nervous. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna just continue to do what it is that I do. Okay. And that is here. So here we are, right? So we're up to that next clump, okay, that we talked about. Okay. So again, fairly reasonable size move, and for a minute it was reasonable volume and still popping. Okay. Now the volume is pretty light, but normally I see a move like this, I might go back to the 4 minute, because what can happen sometimes, you can take yourself out, and which is not, but you can take yourself out. You bought on a blow up to the downside, and sometimes if you get a straight V, you can sell them in reverse on a blow off to the upside. This is not the case here because there is no volume. But again, here we go, and we're off to, so say the races, and we stay on the 4 minute. Look, I said we'd break out of that model, and there you are. You're breaking out to the upside. Okay. So at the end of the day, I hope you took something away from this, but it's really about controlling you first, okay, and then understanding the pattern that you're trying to trade, okay, so that you can put yourself in the absolute best position that you want to be in, versus, okay, trying to always guess. And, oh, I don't know what to do. Gilly just made a bad announcement. Oh, we're going down. Oh, no, we're going up. I'm not sure. Again, if you just do it right, and the right is not whether you're on the right side of the market all the time, but if you've got a good solid plan, you understand the pattern that you're trying to trade, okay, and you make those decisions mechanically. And the key there's our top, right? There's what we were looking for. Okay. Let's see if it holds. Let's see if it goes through it. So now I can legitimately move my stop to break even, which I will. Okay. So I'm going to move my stop up to 42. Okay. Because that's where I got in. So why not make sure now that I've got a trade that's moving my way. Okay. I can adjust it later, but for now, I want to make sure that I have protected myself. Okay. And I now, everything I said could happen has happened as we've been watching, right? I did it all live commentary, right? So now all we want to do is make sure, okay, that we now start to worry about some protection. Okay. And again, we're going to work our way up and let the market take us out when it's time. Okay. And when it's time, I don't know. Okay. Again, it could be, listen, we could in theory, could go back to the highs. So should I guess now that this is going to be the high and take the $400 profit, or should I continue to work it? And again, so now I can see here, this is probably an additional support level here. So if I really wanted to, I could move my stop up to probably 44, okay, and lock in 200, which I may, depending on how it trades next. So what I'm going to do is real quick here is I'm going to switch back to the 1 minute just to get a better view of the overreaction. Okay, so on the 1 minute, we are breaking out of that next level. Okay, so I've got support here and I've got support here. So I'm going to go ahead and move that stop up to 44.20. Okay, just underneath. And I'm going to lock in my at least $200 profit for the trade. Okay, and in the meantime, I'm going to let it rip. So I will report in tomorrow, okay, how it ended up, as I always do. But we do know that another day, another victory, another winner for Bubba here on Ticker Talker. And everybody have a great day. Stay healthy and be careful. Listen, in these markets, if you trade, just be careful. This is violent and it's fast. And all that means is that there's liquidity is lacking. So when you're in illiquid markets or markets are not as liquid as usual, it can be very challenging. In the meantime, have a great day, everybody. Thanks so much, and we'll see you later.
The risk of loss in trading commodity interests can be substantial. You should therefore carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your financial condition, and considering whether to trade or to authorize someone else to trade for you. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
What's up? This is Todd Bubba Horwitz. Welcome to my profile on Ticker Talker. I've been a member of the Chicago Board of Options Exchange, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and the Chicago Board of Trade.